No, kwa nini Ong'ondo Were aliuliwa? Tunajua Ong'ondo Were aliuliwa kwa sababu ya siasa. Hiyo tunajua. Hiyo sio siri. That is not a secret. But we want to know who did it.
As an intro to this video, allow me to read first a publication that was made on 14th of April 2025 by one CDE George Dennis on a Facebook page called the Ommabi County Daily News. Now, this is about 2 weeks before the assassination of the MP of Kasipul, Ong'ondo Were. Listen and listen to this very careful. Enough is enough, Ong'ondo Were. Ong'ondo Were, MP for Kasipul, you have crossed every line of decency, leadership, and humanity. How does an elected leader turn into a coward who fears the very people who gave him the mandate to lead? Since when did criticism from a constituent become a death sentence? You showed up at my grandfather's funeral arrangement with over 30 armed goons, machetes, daggers, and all. Was your intention to mourn or to spill more blood? Who do you think you are? Are you somehow immune to death yourself? You plotted to kill me at my grandfather's funeral. That was your mission. Ain't you ashamed? How many liters of blood will satisfy your thirst for violence? You eliminated Okoda barely a year ago. You almost butchered Jaboya in Greenville. You maimed Sikuku. You took Zia. You left Bossy from Maworo polling station with his head full of wounds. And me? Dotty Apondi is nowhere to be seen to date. Do you traffic bodies? You would have killed me too. And had it not been for my brother and the brave villagers who stood their ground. You have no soul, no honor, no shame. You don't want us to speak of bad roads. You said goons. We talk about failing health care. You said threats. We mention the crumbling state of schools. You respond with machetes. Who told you you hold a monopoly over violence? Let me be very clear. Your days of impunity are numbered. From today, I refuse to call you honorable. There is nothing honorable about you. You are a disgrace to Kasipul, a stain on the name of Kachien. Our people have disowned you, and rightly so. You do not embody the values of our community. You have turned your back on us, and now we turn our backs on you. This madness must end. The killings must stop. You must be held accountable for the blood on your hands. Let this be your final warning. The people are watching and the people will rise. Shame on Ong'ondo Were. Now, this is a publication that was made on 14th of April 2025. And after this, let's dive into the story of the day. Karma will always catch with you at the time that you are at the top of your game. That is what we will have to say in the case of the lately assassinated Member of Parliament of Kasipul, Honorable Charles Ong'ondo Were. As of today, members of Parliament affiliated with the ODM party converged at the home of the late Member of Parliament to commemorate the life that was lived by this man. But a story has always hit the social media and the headlines in the country since the death and the assassination of Charles Ong'ondo Were. And this story dates back to the year 2009. And now, the family of the person who has been named as the first culprit of the injustices served by the late Honorable Charles Ong'ondo Were has resurfaced, and they had a lot to say in regards to the said man. Apart from the family of the lady by the name Dotty Apondi, others also who are constituents of Kasipul constituency have spoken on the hostility and what they faced under the regime of the late MP. On the fourth day since Kasipul Member of Parliament Charles Ong'ondo Were died, it is becoming clear that he was a man of many faces. One of those, it would appear, was a dark side that many didn't know all over the country. A section of Kasipul constituents coming out to speak of their ordeals at the hands and instruction of their now deceased MP. On April 28, 2025, Edward Odhiambo came face to face with what he says was the wrath of his area MP. The bloodied clothes he wore on the day he was burying his cousin are a physical reminder of that encounter. The brazen daylight attack that nearly took his life happened in the presence of the MP during a funeral. And it was at yet another funeral that Bobby, a constituent, also accused the MP of instigating an attack against him and his brother. I quote one Odhiambo, huyu anaitwa Faruk, alikuja na panga, alikuwa karibu 400 feet, akanikata na panga nikaanguka chini. Hawa magunzo wake wote wamekuja sasa, mimi nimechapwa kama nyoka. He survived that attack with wounds that will remind him of the character of the man elected to represent him. In another homestead, in the same constituency, a family's 15-year agony at the hands of the deceased lawmaker is evident. A lady by the name of Dotty Apondi. Publications have been made, and allow me to read a few. Abdikarim Hussein, 2 days ago, said, Kasipul Member of Parliament Charles Ong'ondo Were never told the family of Dotty Apondi what happened to their daughter and where their daughter is. Since the year 2009, when he took the lady to Meru, promising her a job, Apondi has never been seen. Her mother died broken after years of pleading with the MP to tell her where her daughter was, if dead or alive. Now, those are some of the sentiments made by Kenyans in this matter. But allow me to get back to what the family of the said culprit, Dotty Apondi, are saying after the death of the murder of this MP. The family of Doy Apondi has long accused the late MP of having a hand in the disappearance of their daughter in the year 2010. The late MP is accused of luring then 38-year-old Dotty to Meru under the guise of offering her employment. Her sisters say the offer was welcome as she had lost a job. Dotty's family lost contact with her 3 weeks into her employment. Desperate attempts to locate her were met with lack of cooperation from law enforcement and threats of violence from the late MP when the police went to search for clues of Dotty's whereabouts in his Meru house. Dotty's family relentlessly searched bore no fruit. Last year, a mother, depressed and healed from the uncertainty of her daughter's fate, passed on. Her siblings, however, say they will never and they won't stop seeking answers, even in death of the man they suspect to have played a role. They will point the fingers at him and seek that justice will one day be served. And as I said, karma is a very dangerous beach. Kasipul Member of Parliament Honorable Charles Ong'ondo Were, in the year 2009, he was not as famous as he is right now. He rose to ranks, becoming a Member of Parliament in the year 2017 and being re-elected in the year 2022. After being re-elected, he was also elected to serve as the ODM chairperson in Homa Bay County. which means the man was at the helm of his political career. He was moving up the ranks, heading for the top seats like the gubernatorial seat, and maybe even being named as a minister within the government that are associated with the ODM party. The family of of one Dotty Apondi says yeye alikuwa anafanya hizo vitu kwa sababu alikuwa kwa power. Labda alikuwa anaterrorize watu wengi kama area MP. Alikuwa na hooliganism sana. Now all these people sought help from authorities, but it would appear that there was little that was forthcoming because the man had influences within the realm of power in the country. And so let's get back to the reactions offered by different MPs in the country. And one of them is the member of parliament and the minority leader in parliament, Junet Mohammed. Speaking today at the memorial of the late Kasipul MP, he pointed fingers at Kenyans who are accusing Honorable Charles Were of these deeds and said, I quote him, hayo yote mnasema Charles Ong'ondo alifanya, yalifanywa na wazazi wenu, mama zenu na baba zenu, sio Charles alifanya. But Bwana MP, let me ask you a question. The case of Odhiambo, the case of the young man who was cut by a machete in front of the MP on 28th of April, it's not far ago. It's about 5 or 4 days. The case that has been lingering around for the last 15 years of one Dotty Apondi. Did you people see the relevance of you seeking justice for those family? I mean, you called somebody's daughter to offer her a job, and then she disappears without trace. And when the family seeks answers and looks for the authorities to intervene, they end up being frustrated because you have influence and you have power to turn the investigation into what you want it to be. I will compare and contrast this case to the one of a bodyguard to the aspirant for Kimilili MP seat in the year 2022. News broke out during the election night that the current MP of Kimilili, Didmas Baraza, shot dead a young man during that election night. A lot of witnesses were there, but as days went by, all their testimonies changed. And the family of the young man who was just doing his job guarding his boss during the election night has never gotten justice. I said karma is a bitch. The time for the justice of the young man also killed in Kimilili during the election night will come. It will be disastrous. It will be catastrophic. I dare say that. It is the heart of God that intervenes for the less fortunate in the society. And when it does, it will be breaking news. History will be rewritten. The case of Honorable Charles Ong'ondo Were is one for the books. Leave a comment on the comment section. Subscribe.